Do you get those pesky calf cramps at night? I'm Roland Liebscher Bracht, and I'm going to do a 10-minute routine with you that will ensure that this problem is solved if you do it regularly. We're going to start on the chair. I want you to take your right foot over your left knee and reach forward to the top of your foot and pull your whole foot down. And then pull the toes into a curl. You do that by moving your hand around a little bit that you can still bend the toes down well, so to speak. And make sure that the foot stays in line with the shin. And now we just pull. And we're taking the counterforce out to the calf. Because you always have to remember with calf cramps, it's not just about the calf, it's also about the antagonists, the so-called opposites. And if both of them are relaxed, then you're going to have much less chance or danger of your calf cramping at night. Just keep pulling down. You notice it here in the arch of the foot. You might notice it in the toes. You may feel it here in the front of the shin, and you keep on increasing that. Use your breath nicely. Breathe in deeply and out deeply. With the exhale, you do a little bit more. And then you can also counter tension. Try to bring your foot up from the tip, but you hold it with your hand so that it can't move. So that's where the tension comes in. You notice that force is coming in here, and the force that is in there now takes the tension out through the work. And the whole thing is much calmer afterward. And then you pull down again. And keep increasing it a little bit. Breathe nicely while doing this and pull down as hard as you can bear. The closer you are to this limit, the more effective this exercise is. And then you slowly go out again. Shake it out a little bit, move your toes a little bit. And we'll do the same thing with the other foot because you don't want to get your calf cramps on the left or the right. So again, pull the foot down and pull the toes into a curl. Make sure you hold the line here and wait until the tissue gives way more and more. Maybe also remember to drink enough throughout the day and again in the evening so that there is enough fluids in your muscles, in your fasciae. That's super, super important. And drink water instead of alcohol. Skip the alcohol for a bit because alcohol promotes calf cramps. Yes? Maybe switch to a non-alcoholic beer. There are so many of them now that you can hardly tell the difference. Now, the passionate beer drinkers will protest, but it's getting better all the time. Yes, minimize alcohol and thus also minimize the cramps. As secondary action still, in addition. And then we also press the foot against the movement. Try to pull the foot upwards to stretch the tip of the foot and the toes. Then this will tense up even more. Then you take this force out again and pull down a little more. We do that for 2 minutes so that the tissue is stretched really nicely. And with that, we stretch out all the tension so that it stays calm at night, the whole system. Keep pulling down. You can see your arm keeps going down. Stay just within the comfort pain range. And then you slowly come out again. And now we take this as a preparation to sit on your heels. Put your feet on the floor as long as possible. Don't bend them inwards, but make them an extension of your lower legs. And then try to sit on them. If that doesn't work, it doesn't matter. If it only goes up to here and then everything is too short here, then it's still already good because you're pressing on the foot with it. In this case, you can also put something in between and then sit on this cushion or on this pillow, which is in between. Then you can still bring both legs down with a little more power. And here, we just pause again for 1 or 2 minutes, waiting for it all to settle nicely. Breathe nicely. And you may notice how it opens up more and more here. And then we take the tension out of the front for good. And then we'll take care of the calf itself. But always think in 2 joint directions, not only in one. Now, you can also tense against it here as if you wanted to lift yourself up. Yes, try to lift yourself up. Then let go again and again. Try to get up on your toes. Try to stretch your knees, so to speak, and let go again. Come a little lower and go in there again and a little bit with some force. And again, a little lower. And then you slowly come back out. And now you take the 𝗢𝗍𝘆, or alternatively, if you don't have that yet, a couple of books. By the way, you can get tips and information here about the 𝗢𝗍𝘆. And now we start with the 2 flat wedges and walk with both feet on them. The chair is just to stabilize you a bit. And now you bend your knees and take your center of gravity over your knees so that your torso presses them down over your knees as much as possible. And then you notice this pulls directly in the ankle joint or Achilles tendon attachment in this area. With this, we now stretch the deep calf muscle, which is located under the large thick muscle that determines the shape of the calf. With this, we take out all the tension. Let yourself press down further and further in a bent knee. And also notice here, you can often see it well on the fabric of the pants, that the angle gives way more and more because the fabric then moves a bit over the skin. Yes? Keep on sinking down. And take as much weight as possible exactly over the knees, because then the force distribution into the ankle is best. Keep pressing down. You can also check if you have a magnesium deficiency. This also contributes to the cramping of the calf. You can have the status measured or just get some magnesium and drink it in the evening and see if it helps lessen it. And then we slowly come out again. Now increase the angle by putting the 2 basic parts on top of each other here. Or just stack the books accordingly. And now we bring both feet each on a wedge. But the legs are now completely extended. And now you notice, now it pulls more where the calf always cramps, where you always notice it. Yes? In the 2 big heads at the back of the lower leg. And let yourself sink further and further into the stretch. Breathe nicely. And as you notice that the stretch is decreasing, you simply move your pelvis forward a little bit more and more. But you're very careful to keep the knees fully extended. If you can't feel it anymore, go back a bit, stretch through them again, fully active, and then move the pelvis forward again. Then you'll notice right away that it's pulling more again. And now you can actually imagine that this pulls the nightly calf cramps out of your calf. Yes, you do this, do it regularly. Do it every night before you go to sleep. And then I would bet that after 1 or 2 days, you'll notice that it's much less or even completely gone. Little further forward. Extreme a little more. Keep your knees straight. Always pay attention to that. And then come out very slowly. And if you want to do more for yourself, not just for your calves, but for your whole body, then check out this full body routine. Join us now. We're waiting for you. And otherwise, great that you were there. See you next time.